From the New Living Translation by Mrs. Beatrice Asante, reading Lamentation chapter 1. Sorrow in Jerusalem. Jerusalem, once so full of people, is now deserted. She who was once great among the nations now sits alone like a widow. Once the queen of all the earth, she is now a slave. She sobs through the night. Tears stream down her cheeks. Among all her lovers, there is no one left to comfort her. All her friends have betrayed her and become her enemy. Judah has been led away into captivity, oppressed with cruel slavery. She lives among foreign nations and has no place of rest. Her enemies have chased her down and she has nowhere to turn. The roads to Jerusalem are in mourning, for crowds no longer come to celebrate the festivals. The city gates are silent. Her groan. Her young women are crying. How bitter is her fate. Her oppressors have become her masters, and her enemies prosper. For the Lord has punished Jerusalem for her many sins. Her children have been captured and taken away to distant lands. All the majesty of beautiful Jerusalem has been stripped away. Her princes are like starving deer, searching for pastures. They are too weak to run, pursuing enemies. In the midst of the sadness and wandering, Jerusalem remember her ancient splendor, but now she has fallen to her enemy, and there is no one to help her. Her enemies struck her down, and she fell. Jerusalem has sinned greatly, so she has been tossed away like a filthy rag. All who once honored her now despise her, for they have seen her stripped naked and humiliated. All she can do is groan and hide her face. She defiled herself with immorality and gave no thought to her future. How she lie in the gutter with no one to lift her out. Lord, see my misery, she cried. The enemy has triumphant. The enemy has plundered her completely, taking every precious thing she owned. She has sinners violate her sacred temple, the place the Lord has forbidden them to enter. Her people groan as they search for bread. They have sold their treasure for food to stay alive. Oh Lord, look, she moans, and see how I am despised. Does it mean nothing to you? All you who pass by, look around and see if there is any suffering like mine, which the Lord brought on me when he erupted in fierce anger. He has sent fire from heaven that burns in my bones. He has placed a trap in my path and turned me back. He has left me devastated, reckoned with sickness all day long. He wove my sin into a rope to hatch me to a yoke of captivity. The Lord snapped my strength and turned me over to my enemies. I am helpless in their hands. The Lord has treated my mighty men with contempt. At his command, a great army has come to crush my young warriors. The Lord has trampled his beloved city like grape are trampled in winepress. For all the stains I weep, tears flow down my cheeks. No one is there to comfort me. Any who might encourage me are far gone. My children have no future, for the enemy has conquered us. Jerusalem reaches out for help, but no one comfort her. Regarding his people Israel, the Lord has said, let their neighbors be their enemies. Let them be thrown away like a filthy rag. The Lord is right, Jerusalem says, for I rebelled against him. Listen, people everywhere, look upon my anguish and despair, for my sons and daughters have been taken captive to distant land. I begged my allies for help, but they betrayed me. My priests and leaders starve to death in the city, even as they search for food to save their lives. Lord, see my anguish. My heart is broken and my soul despair, for I have rebelled against you. In the street the sword kills, and at home there is only death. Other heard my groanings, but no one turned to comfort me. When my enemies heard about my trouble, they were happy to see what you had done. Oh, bring the day you promised, when they will suffer as I have suffered. Look at all their evil deeds. Lord, punish them as you have punished me for all my sin. My groans are many, and I am sick at heart. Amen and amen.